Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to go over my last workout of the week, and today is focused on shoulders and arms. So started off today's workout with the overhead press. This is something that I have just incorporated back into the workout. So fairly happy with the numbers that I achieved on this. So this is my top set here, and this one, as you can see, I'm managing the 40s. So I managed 10 on this, so that's a surprise myself at how strong I've been on this one. So next workout, definitely probably looking to move up to maybe 44, see how that goes. And as you can see on this one, quite a popular thing I see is people having that bench too upright, probably similar to the bench that's next to me. They have it too much at a 90-degree angle. So for me personally, I prefer to have a 90-degree angle and then just go back one notch. For me that sits perfect. Remember, in angles with the bench, the further back you go, the more you're going to involve the upper chest, and obviously the further up you're going in terms of the 90-degree angle, it's going to be more focused on your shoulders. So for me, in this one, feels really comfortable in the shoulders. There's no, stress, no pain. And on this one, I then moved on to two further drop sets. So these are my back off sets, and these were the 28s. So these felt pretty light, to be honest with you. So moving forward, probably look to do a back off set around about sort of 30-32, see how that goes. So on this one, I've got two delt exercises for the shoulders. So as I say, I then move on from here into the tried and tested, one of my favourite exercises, which is obviously the lateral raises. So for me personally, I feel that the shoulders are probably one of the most developed part of my body. So through you'll see the workouts, I don't have too much in terms of volume for the delts direct. They are obviously still being worked in terms of a lot of the pressing exercises that I'll be doing for chest. What you'll probably find for most people is they have an overdeveloped front delt, and that's through a lot of the pressing movements that you are doing. One thing that I do want to bring up is obviously the rear delts. That gives it that whole 3D visual. So when you are looking from side on and obviously from the back, you see that 3D effect of the shoulder. But in terms of side profile, I feel that the lateral raises have really emphasised and brought on my shoulders a lot. So if you're not already doing lateral raises, I would highly recommend. It's not just overhead presses that's going to make those delts a lot bigger. For me, it's when I've focused solely more towards the lateral raises is when I really saw the shoulders develop more. So as you can see, it's obviously one of my more favourite exercises into the workouts. So for me, again, you don't need to go super heavy with this. You want to be slow and controlled. I don't want to be seeing people throwing about 20s when there's no control and you're using momentum to get that up. So nice and slow up and then bring it down. As I said in the previous video, I'm not letting that rest at the bottom. Still got a good tension on the delt, and then bring it back up. So I would recommend it. Try it out, see how you go. Maybe try and lighten that weight. Okay, so then I move on and start the arm segment of the workout. So for me personally, I always prefer to do the full tricep, get that tricep nice and pumped up, and then I would finish off with biceps. Of course, you can alternate. If you want to just get that full arm pump, then by all means do so. For me, I feel that when you do the tricep, it's a little bit easier, especially if you're going to get that real, pump in the bicep muscle, to then be able to fully extend that arm out when you are looking to do the tricep exercises. That's where it can be quite a challenge. I'm sure most people have had a good arm pump and you struggle to touch your head and you don't manage to do it. So in this one, this is a great exercise for me. Triceps is one of the things that I'm looking to bring up. So there's a lot more volume and frequency in terms of arms as a whole. One of the main things you'll see from people when they struggle and they feel that they've got smaller arms is the undeveloped tricep. What you'll see is if you do, pose in front of a mirror or a camera and you come to do that double bicep, face on, one of the things you'll notice if your arms are underdeveloped is that you don't have that, dip under the arm. And that's just purely because your triceps are probably not that developed. So that's definitely the aim for me. Obviously, it's work in progress, so I'll continue with a higher volume. What I'm looking to do, obviously, I'm in a deficit just now, so I'm not going to be making massive gains in terms of muscle growth. Obviously, I'm in a deficit at the moment, but these workouts will continue on from, my next push up. So what I'm doing just now is I'm really priming that muscle. It's going to be building in strength, and when I come to do that push up, I can only imagine that the numbers are going to go up, and with that will promote obviously further muscle growth. So I'm putting myself in a really good position. The aim of this is to do this cut, as I say, for the 12 weeks, get myself in good condition, and then moving forward I'll be going into an extended bulking phase to really sort of push that weight up. And again, try and stay relatively lean. I'm not a fan of dirty bulking. So moving on, I then do the push downs with the straight bar. So again, as you can see, these are a lot higher volume, and I'm doing straight sets on these ones. So again, 3 sets of 10 to 15. Again, triceps were really burning after that first exercise, and then moving on to these. So it's a really good workout in terms of the biceps and triceps part of it. So then finish up the tricep portion of the workout just with this extension machine. For me, I definitely feel this. Triceps, as I say, I will be varying up the exercise. I do like to vary the exercises. One of the main issues I see for most people is when it comes to triceps, there's not a lot of overhead extension work that we're doing. So this is a good example if you have one of these in the gym to utilise. We can't obviously just keep doing the push downs. We do have 3 heads of the tricep, and we do want to try and make sure that we're hitting all of them. So incorporate overhead work within it. So that could be various of, overhead with the dumbbell. I know for myself, mobility wise, it just puts too much stress on my shoulders. So what I'll be doing in the next one is I'll be showing you how I use the pulley systems. The main benefit of using the pulley system is that consistent tension when you're using the movement. When you do use free weights, obviously sometimes there is a drop off depending on the exercise and the way that you are lifting. So if you do have a pulley system, I know some people work from out from the house or the garage and stuff, and they might not be able to utilise that. I'll give you alternatives that you can do, but for the most part, if you are in the gym, then I'll definitely be imagining you are utilising those pulley systems for your tricep exercises. And now we move on to our bicep exercises. So I initially planned to do the 3 sets on the preacher, but as I said, don't be scared to, if something's feeling good, then fully use it. So for me, I used this for 6 sets. I'd initially put in to do 3 sets on this, and then move on to the D handles. The gym was very busy, and I would have had to wait around for use of any D handles. So don't wear it about, you've already got that pump. If the movement's feeling good, then just spam that movement. There's nothing wrong with it. As I say, ultimately it's the bicep. I'm going to be overextending out that arm, and then I'm going to be bringing it in, curling it. So whether I'm doing that on a preacher or I'm doing that on the cable, it's going to be worked the same. So absolutely no issue with you using that. So this is it. So basically 6 straight sets of 10 to 15. So this is the last workout, as I say, of week 1. So this has been the first week of the cut, relatively smooth, no issues at all really with hunger. This should really be the easiest week for you. Calories are high, cardio is, as I say, quite at a low level. I'm only doing 30 minutes post-workout on the treadmill, and that's low intense. Now that I'm fully into the training and the diet is pretty much there, And what I'll be doing is reviewing where my plan of action is for next week. I've just taken a look at it earlier today, and I think the calories, I'm definitely in a position I can be bringing them down. Hunger, as I say, is not really an issue at the moment, so that'll be brought down an extra 200, so that'll put me down to 2,600. Cardio for me is fine. It is at the 30 minutes for the 5 sessions, as I said. What I'll start to do, the further into this cut, is probably look to bring that intensity a little bit higher. So I'll be incorporating, sprints and these types of things, and I'll be showing you, what I'm doing in terms of rounds and stuff, so you can follow along.